I'm so blessed to come before you today. I'm Dr. Lorenzo D. Smith, and better known as Dr. L. Alberto Smith, the host of Straight Talk, No Chasers, and we're aired on the second and fourth month from 5:30 on Central Standard Time and 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. My title for today's show is Building Strategic Financial Leaders. And our ultimate goal is I spin off from building boards to be impactful leaders. The ultimate goal is now we're going to spend time not only teaching our boys, but teaching our men to be strategic financial leaders or planners, if you want to call it that. The website where you can check us out is WPSW Radio, the Internet Station 23.wic.com. The chat line in essence, or where we are being host, have a good opportunity to share something with you. StreamYard.com. You can share your opinions, your stories, examples of your life with me and the world on Facebook.com, Big O Live, TikTok Live, at Dr. L. D. Alberto. On Instagram, we're partners with the Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, Zeta Phi Sigma Chapter of Greenville, Alabama. That handle is Z Squad Greenville, 1981. Super Live at WBSW Internet Radio, Tango.com, WVSW-radio-14059. Twit, which we're live on that today. Thank you so much for those ones slowly going to be joining us in here. Uh, that's WVSW Radio Internet. Simplest stop right there. And YouTube, our YouTube channel, the Smith Way Enterprises. So we're excited to come before you. We want you to understand the brand is WVSW Radio, the number one internet station where we have listeners and watchers in 52 countries and on 6 continents. So we want to be interactive. We want you to be a part of it. If you're on here, type in your comment, share your thoughts. If you truly want to become live, make a request by sending an invite to me so I know you want to be a guest. Then I'll send it back to you. You'll have 2 minutes. And in them 2 minutes, you can share your story, share your example, share your opinion in regard to our title, Building Strategic Financial Leaders. As we move forward, a few other things we want to share with you. We want you to register for WVSW Radio giveaway, and you can do that by sending your name too. You can just send your name, but we have a couple other things we want to add to that. You can send your name along with some means of transaction. There are 5 means of transaction that we're using: Bitcoin, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, and Zelle. Send it to Lorenza D. Smith 15 at gmail.com or WBS Radio D Internet Station 23 at gmail.com. Sow a seed of $1. We're excited if you want to support what we're doing at WVSW Radio Station by Cash Apping $1 or more to $LORENZA D as in David SMITH. Or you can go to PayPal, and that's Lorenza D. Smith 15 at gmail.com. We also want to share with you that we're being monetized, the opportunity for monetization. So we're being monetized through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Big O Live, Super Live, Tango, Twit, as well as YouTube. You can subscribe with YouTube, you can subscribe with Twit and be a part and be a regular subscriber, and you'll get all of the notice and when the shows are going on. So we're excited because we're able to bring you a different format. So if you want to be able to support us in what we're doing, if you like what we're doing, give us some comments, give us some likes, because you can support us by purchasing a star, purchasing a flower, a badge, a like, a diamond, a bonus point, as well as you can subscribe. You have an opportunity to do that as well. So you have a many opportunities to be a part of this when we think it. Now we'll talk about our giveaways. We're wrapping off gift cards. Recently we wrapped off gift card to Google Play, Starbucks, as well as Longhorn Steakhouse. But we had others. We wrapped off trips, and the trips vary from 3 nights to 4 days, where we pay for each one of the nights. See, I said trip, but we only pay a hotel stay. So we're going to take the trip off and say hotel stay. We'll pay for 3 nights, 4 days, 5 nights, 6 days if you win the raffle, because we'll be raffling off those tickets. These opportunities won't be tickets, but we'll be raffling off those vouchers that you have an opportunity to sign up for. That's why you need to register by sending your name with the means of transaction: Bitcoin, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. Send it to Lorenza D. Smith 15 at gmail.com. As well as when we talk about raffling off the hotel stays, we're talking about internationally as well as domestic. We'll take care of those 3 nights. The minimum we paid for the luxury hotel, and some people said, "Hey, nothing what you talking about." Well, it's luxury for some people. Minimum 900 up to 5,000 for a hotel stay. So our travel agent work with us and make sure we get the best selection in regards to living facilities when you win a prize from us in regards to that. So truly thank you. We want you to be a part of it. Also, when we ask for a means of transaction, it's because we give away what we call love offerings. in each quarter of the year. So up into April, if you're registered, you'll receive from $5 to $100 from the radio station in one of those quarters. We might get them in all three quarters. They may vary, but we just want you to be a part of it. We want to give back to you because of your support and sharing the word. And I ask you to do that. Share the word to others about what this radio station is all about. We're the number one internet station. We're the first to actually put all the social media sites. See, we're being broadcast right now, if you think about it, on 7 devices, 7 devices, 7 social media sites. So we're the first. Other radio stations might have a designated site, but let me share with you. We had on FM, we are broadcast. You can go to Spotify, Amazon. You can go to a couple other ones I listed down there that I clicked on to make sure you apples. That's right. You can hear our shows on the FM setup. So truly, we're out there, and we want you to be a part of it by either sharing your thoughts, by typing them in the comment section, or asking for an invite. Now, I said when you actually want to come live as a guest, I want to share with you that you have 2 minutes, but we want to stay on topic. So we can share. So I see if sometimes people hit the button and trying to sign on and they hit the invite button. So if you're not looking to be invited, I ask everybody to take yourself off of the invite button and just put your name and you'll be able to listen to the show. But if you want to be invited, you put your name down and up on it in the comment section, you say, I want to send invited. And I'll respond to it. That's what it's all about. So let's get started with the show because it's important that we focus on the title. The title is Building Strategic Financial Leaders, which include planners, individuals who are capable of making the decision that's going to be a favorable one, a decision to help their family. You're capable of developing good financial behavior, and that behavior allows you to make good decisions financially. So we want to focus on strategic financial leaders. And we have to have these among our individuals in our culture. It's sad to say that we run into a major problem because a lot of our individuals are financial illiterate. Don't get upset and get mad with me. But if you are not able to handle your bills, have a saving account, do all the things financially to keep yourself aboard, then you are not understanding the importance of being a strategic financial leader. Give a shout out to Sheila Jackson. I know I hadn't shout out to other people. Lady Pants joining us as well. Thank you. There's others. I'm gonna give you a shout out, but I want to give her the high because she sent the high here. Thank you so much for joining us, Spencer. Thank you for jumping in here as well, Spencer Gartrell. Thank you so much for being here. So let's talk about what does financial behavior mean. See, a behavior is something that you do, could be positive or negative. Behavior relates to a habit. It's something you're constantly doing, whether it's positive or negative. So when we're talking about financial literacy and we're talking about financial illiteracy, you have to look at yourself. What is my behavior? How did I create the behavior where I'm either literate, I have literacy in regards to, literate in regards to finance, or illiterate? You have to ask yourself that. No one can tell you. Some people say, well, you pretty much know. You know when you're spending above your means. You know when you're living above your means. That's the thing about it. We know that. But sometimes we're caught into the pressure of living like others. And we call that long time ago living like the Joneses. See, the Jones might have an understanding of their financial situation, but you have to have an understanding of yours so you can do that. You're gonna, back in the days, I'm gonna go back many, many years, because right now this car is still sits at the top that said individuals arrive. But 40 years ago, 50 years ago, you knew a person had moved to a higher level when they had this particular car in their yard. And that car is a Cadillac. A Cadillac the pick many years ago of someone who's very successful. Now you have all other cars. We have individuals access to all kind of money. They can buy all kinds, so you don't see. But then if you living in what we call a middle class, a lot of times the car that's the three cars that I see that individuals purchase, because as the career I was in education. I retired in education, a former educator, and I saw the minute someone got a position or moved up or got a little raise, they go out and they're gonna buy these particular. This I'm talking about lately because I retired in 16. So lately, I see them. They want to get a Mercedes, get a BMW, they want to get a Lexus. Those three cars indicate that now you are at a level that's different, almost to the thought process of aristocrat, elitist. So is the car determining who you are when you just making a payment? What's the sense of having a car like that and living in an apartment? What's the sense of having a car and living in a trailer area? What's the sense of having a car and not upgrading the home you stay in? I think that's is important that we understand that let's not live outside our means. If you want to be a strategic financial leader, you can't live above your means. You can't be forced to the situation to do paycheck by paycheck. And a lot of times in the last 3 years, a lot of people been living paycheck to paycheck. A lot of people been using their credit card, and credit cards have hit the roof. It's skyrocket with the interest and everything. And now we're trying to pull ourselves back, and it's kind of hard because we've been too far. We created the habit that we and the behavior that we had to live. We had to live because when you go to the grocery store and the eggs are $8, or you go there, a block of cheese might be $6. When you custom seeing those prices around $3, now they're at 8 because of supply and demand. And sometimes inflation creates the problem because we know at one time during the last 3 years, inflation hit 9.9. So to be financially strategic about making sure you make the right decision, you have to understand what behaviors do you have. Do you have a behavior? I'm asking that. And if you do, you can type, yeah, I got some positive behavior, I got some negative behavior. Because see, behaviors don't always just gonna be one way. You can have a positive, you can have a negative, you can have a good, you can have a bad. So these are things you consider. So let's just look at the financial behavior and what it means. As we move forward, just think about financial behaviors are the way people manage their money. Think about that. How you manage your money determine what kind of behavior you have toward finance. You have a positive behavior or negative behavior. Manage your money is never spending more money than you have. Manage your money is making sure you can put away in a savings, making sure you can pay yourself, and making sure you can put away for a rainy day, because it's going to be a lot of rainy days as you move through life. And if you live up until a lifetime, you're going to have many rainy days. So you have to understand managing your money is a priority. That means you better make sure you understand budgeting. You got to make sure you don't need to be creating high debt. You don't need to have all these credit cards. You don't need to have all these things, because what it allows you to do is show that your debt to income ratio and your debt is high in your income. It puts you at what they call critical, put that individual risky, and you don't want to be. So your behaviors is defined by managing your money. Next thing, making financial decisions. Making a financial decision to buy a car that you cannot afford, or even try to lease a car you cannot afford to lease. Because you know now, if you buy a car, the interest rate at this time is up, varies up to 8%. But it used to be you can get one at 3%, like buying a home, 3%. But the rate have risen because we are in a financial challenge time, and we've been like that for the last 3 years. And we have to focus on how we're going to make decisions. Your behavior is centered around what the financial decisions are you going to make. Or are you going to choose not to go on that trip when you don't have the money to go on? Or are you going to choose to pay your bills? Or are you going to choose to make sure you have insurance? Because when you're talking about managing your money, you have to have insurance, such thing as health insurance. Come a lot of time with your job, you still have to pay for it, and you have to choose the right insurance. You have to have life insurance, and one thing we don't include in that. I believe if you're not even financial literate if you don't have life insurance. GoFundMe is not a life insurance policy. And we have to understand your behaviors put you in a position that I have to have, just like managing my money, I have to have insurance, financial decisions. I have to make the right decisions that going to help my family as well as help myself. Because you could say, well, I don't have nobody, I'm by myself. But if you abuse your financial opportunities and make poor decisions, you're gonna require someone to help you. No banking institution is gonna loan you money. If you go to one of the most risky things, the most dangerous thing is check, title loan, and all that. Those are dangerous because the rates up at 29 and 30%. That's not the behavior. That's not a good financial decision. So you cannot just spend just to spend. Spend within your means. So you have to understand, what do you have. See, the thing about it, when people talk about, oh, I can make six figures, but six figures in New York is different than six figures in Alabama. Six figures in Atlanta is different than six figures in Texas. Six figures are different because of the price of living. And you got to understand, when your property tax, you might not pay any state tax, but your property tax is going to be higher. And that's one of the things you got to understand. So I'm up here, we're going on up here in Metro Atlanta, and I'm making plenty of money. Thing I say, but then you're paying for a place to live may cost you $1,000. You're paying for insurance on your car, $3,000 broken down. You got to pay 6 months. You may be paying insurance on your home, on your apartment, that costs you. So when you start calculating each one of those dollars for 12 months, that six figure means nothing. And you got to understand, you have to make good decisions. You have to make and have great behavior in making financial decisions and dealing with financial issues, because there will be issues. There will be challenges that come in your life. And I'm telling you, you're going to look at something, somewhere, sometime in your life, you got to deal with something that you're not used to dealing with. People don't understand that it's so important that we take time to budget, take time, and I'm going to talk about that in depthly. But when you have issues come up, you must be able to have something put aside that you can budget, so you can be in a good position. Because being in a position where you are scrapped and you don't have any money to do the things, and then an issue come up again, that's double, that's triple on you. That's why I always tell people that y'all, you want to go on a trip. You know you don't have any money to go on a trip, but your friend wants you to go so bad. I've seen so many cases like this. And you say, well, I'll pay you back. Then after you go to the trip, enjoy the trip, and do pay them back. See, that's not good business. That's poor behavior right there. And you using people because they are your friend. So you have to make a decision. My mom always told me, because that's a loan. See, you loan them something. My mama told me, don't loan people more than you can stand to be without. And just remember that. Now, that's managing money. That's a good financial decision, because you're going to have financial issues yourself. Also, as we look at financial behavior, which include planning how to allocate income to cover expenses. That's what I'm saying. You have a job. You got a budget. You got to put a budget together so you can plan how to allocate income to cover your expenses, your daily expenses. See, people don't realize. I can remember. I think about when it was time for me, and I retired and in another. a particular career area, but still I went to the higher level of education. And just going up and down because I was commuting, going up and down the road, I didn't have to do that anymore. And that saved me quite a few money. The oil changes and the tires I had to put on my car, I didn't have to do that as regular. And buy lunch and making sure I had lunch every day. I didn't have to do that because I was no longer going down the road. So the point is, even you're going down the road, you still need to make adjustments. You can't eat out every day. You might have to bring your lunch every day. You might have to get with a group and carpool because I have done that before. So you have to develop good financial behavior and habits. So when you're planning how to allocate your income, cover your expenses, you first have to look at budgeting. See, when you're planning, that's budgeting. And then you want to look at the second part of financial behavior would be saving, setting aside money for long-term goals. Now, your long-term goal as a young individual starting on a job and been on a job, the first 5 years is I want to be able to put money away so I can purchase me a home. That's a great financial decision right there. But you got to save. You got to set aside money for the long term goal. That's what you have to do. You want to put away money for retirement. So when from 62 to 82, you're going to need about I'm going to be realistic, about $2.5 million to live from 62 to 82. You say, well, we got Social Security. You're not guaranteed Social Security is going to be around if you're in your 20s and 30s and 40s. It might not be around because longer. It's put a lot of strain on the Social Security system. We have a lot of people that have disabilities. All of this is putting a strain on the Social Security money that when at one time, about 50 years ago, that individual's life expectancy was to 60. So they always said three scores. That's what you're only blessed with, but everything you get is truly the blessing of God, and He's seeing you over the hump. So people are now 85, 95, 105. So they're living on the system. Some people are living on the system of Social Security longer than they was working. You know how you so if you started work at 20, so 20, and 40 years gives you 60, right? 62, you can get Social Security. And you 102, are you 97? You living just as much time as you've been working when you hadn't had to work. So we have to plan for that. We have to get a 401k and make sure we taking care of everything. Part of the retirement system that they use a group 401k. Because you need to understand what you need to be successful. Planning, savings is important. The next thing is anchoring. And some people say, what is that? What is that? Relying on initial piece of information when making a decision. See, it's called an anchor. Finding out some important information before I make that decision. So initial, I need to find out what I need to do in purchasing this car. I need to go see. We got access to a supercomputer called a cell phone, or a laptop, or an iPad. You can check and match up prices. You can see what the blue book says. You can see all the things before you go out and purchase a car. You have to do that. That's financial planning. That is making financial decisions. The next thing is herd behavior. Herd behavior is I'm gonna buy a car because Mr. Jones or Miss Jones got a car up the street and they got a Cadillac. I want to get me a Mercedes. I want to get me, or at our school, all in the parking lot, all our teachers and administrators got Cadillacs, or they got Mercedes, or they got BMWs, or they got Lexus. So I have to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm in the behavior. I want to be just like everybody else. We're imitating the financial decision of others. Do you do that? Have you ever done that? The next thing is so important is overconfident. Overestimating one's ability or knowledge. So you have so much confidence. Well, I know I'm gonna get this raise. I know I'm gonna get this bonus. I know I'm gonna get this. And you know what? Don't work out. You'll get that bonus. You'll get that raise. You got confidence. Mental accounting, placing different values on money based on how it was attained. Oh, I got this job, and I have these degrees, and I'm a professional. I'm a doctor, so I have to put the value on my money. Money is money. It's always what you do with your money. That's your challenge. That's what you have to do if you want to be successful. Let's move forward on a couple more individuals. So we just talked about mental accounting, emotional gap, making decisions based on extreme emotions like fear, anger, and excitement. Get excited. Excuse me. I want to purchase that car. But you got to think beyond the day of purchasing. Are you going to be able to pay for the 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years? Because the interest comes every month. It's going to be there along with your payments, along with your insurance, along with a maintenance plan. All this come along. Make good decisions. Don't get excited, extreme emotional that you go out and buy something that you can't afford. Self attribution, making choices based on overconfidence, one's own knowledge or skill. That's self attribution. You're all about self. You making a decision to purchase based on how you feel or what fears, and not thinking that because you have the knowledge and skill, you can get too overconfident. Financial behavior is something we want you to focus on. We just explaining things that relate and the meaning of. But financial behavior is a crucial aspect of individual's life. Your life can grow from making good financial decisions, but your life can trickle down to the abyss if you don't make good financial decisions. So when we're talking about how crucial it is because it is a aspect of your life, it refers to the way a person manage their money, make financial decisions, and deal with financial issues. You see how it rolls back around? That's how crucial it is. Are you ready? Are you a strategic financial leader? Or are you just one that purchases when you get excited? Are you afraid, overzealous, overconfident? All of these things are so important. As we move forward, there are some components of behavior, financial behavior literacy, and there are 5 foundation pieces of behavior financial literacy that you should know. You have not learned about. First of all, budgeting. We have said about budgeting already. Control over spending and make conscious choices about where your money go are crucial for building financial stability. See, budgeting helps you to build financial stability. And when you have financial stability, remember that you have worked on one of the well-beings. Financial well-being meaning financial stable. You have to be stable in each one of them to be successful in life, in relationships, and financially, you have to be stable. So to be financially stable, you have to understand it's crucial that you control overspending. It's crucial that you make conscious choices about where your money is going to be spent. See, a budget is a blueprint. I actually have many people and a thumbs up, like up, have a budget that you use every month. How many people have a budget that you use every month? I'm asking you. And if not, I want you to think about it. You need to have a budget because you can control overspending. It's a blueprint. How you want to get where you want to be in the future. It's a plan for how you direct your income toward affording your expenses, your income, debt to income ratio plays a major role in your credit report. You have to also understand you want to put yourself in a situation when you can afford things so you can live within your means and meet your savings goals because you have to have a long-term goal. How many people got a long-term goal in regards to their savings? And I want you to think about that. So now you need to understand how I'm gonna start a budget. I'm not doing a budget right now, or I'm not doing it every month like I'm supposed to. Your behavior shows that you got a negative behavior toward a budgeting and about so much as financial because you're not doing it every month. See, when you start a budget, learn about how to make a budget. Everybody, I know how to make a budget, but why don't you use it? See, once you make a budget, follow tips to stick to your budget. Learn about different budgeting methods. You can go check out many of the mobile budgeting apps. It'll tell you how to work that out. Savings, spending less than you earn and putting the difference into savings help you build security. Makes you safe. Put you at peace. Because if you're financially, mentally, you're going to be struggling. Emotionally, you're going to be struggling. Spiritually, you're going to be struggling. And physically, you're going to be struggling. Socially, you're going to be struggling. And psychological, you're going to be struggling. It all play hand in hand. You can go look and talk to many in that and went through the process of divorce. Money was the number one issue because they didn't feel stable enough to do the thing that keeps them afloat. So financial stability is very important. But savings is even more. When you're able to make sure you can save, you can achieve goals down the line. Generally speaking, you first your first order of business should be setting up a emergency saving fund. How many people have that? How many of you have an emergency savings fund? If you don't, you need to start one, but keep in mind, you need to keep it around 3 to 6 months worth of expenses socked away, put away. Besides setting aside money for unexpected expenses such as urgent car repairs. Saving in advance can help you afford things you need or want. From holiday gifts, purchase to next summer vacation, purchases to the next summer vacation, doing that without going into debt. That's why I said people are talking about, oh, I'm gonna go hang out and I'm gonna go on this trip and everything, but you don't have any money at least 2 times over in your savings to cover that trip 2 times, then you may need to have a stay vacation. Get with your group, do a stay vacation. Because if you don't have the money and you go and somebody loan you the money, they said and you gonna come back and don't want to pay them, then you got another problem. That no longer gonna be a friendship. Carry your own weight. Don't take these things for granted. Understand that savings is so important. And how to improve your savings because it is a skill. Learn about how to pay yourself first to make savings a habit or behavior. Find out how to set savings goals that motivates you, like creating a home down payment fund with the goal amount. Know where you should keep your savings based on your goals. Do you want to keep it in a regular account, regular saving account? Whatever the banker, but go to the banker or your broker and speak with them, and they can set you up with the best opportunity. Investment. Beyond saving for the short term, start investing for large future goals, such as retirement. To your retirement account, if you don't have one, you need to sign up for, such as 401k or individual retirement account, IRA. You see that on the income tax. See, a direct portion of your income or your paycheck each month should be put aside or set aside to start saving for your retirement now. Because I'm telling you, the 20 years and the 30 years will come quick and fast. Like I said, when you get to 62, you don't have access to about $2.2 million, to whether it's through a retirement plan, because I can't guarantee Social Security to be here. So you need to start putting money away for it. If your job have one, have that amount taken out. You have to be literate financially. You have to have good behaviors. In other words, great habits. So when you're talking about investing, understanding where you put your money so it can grow for the future. See, experts recommend putting 10 to 15% of your income in your retirement investment. And normally that's what happens if you would a group retirement 401k. Certain states do it. They're gonna make 10 to 15% come out. But if they invest in that money and making money from it, it helps you that you can be taken care of for the rest of your life. And if you cannot put 10 to 15%, I recommend put 5 to 6%. And if your income increase, say you got a overtime, what you need to do, you need to take a percentage of that, not of the. You just say, okay, I got this much, I got $400 extra. I need to take 10% of that and put it in my retirement account. How to start investing, understand the basics of retirement plan. Do you know what it does? What exactly? Have you went to a workshop and sit down? If you have a large part of a corporation or a big conglomerate of industry, then they're going to have opportunities that you have to go to, maybe online, where you can go and find out what the best retirement plan for you. Open an investment account through your employer or at a brokerage. Learn what diversification is and how to help manage investment risks. Diversification. They tell you diverse, telling you diverse. Come on, you got to do something different. You need to be able to manage. Something may happen where you're gonna divert that money. Or is that money somewhere else that can help you? Consider working with a financial advisor to come up with a personalized plan. Do you have a plan at this time? Do you have a plan? If not, put a plan together. When you're talking about financial behavior, you're talking about managing your debt. See, for better or worse, debt is a common part of individual life. People borrow to achieve any numbers of goals. You borrow money for individual. You might take out a student loan to attend college. Your goal is to finish college and get that job. You're supposed to pay that money back. Not that the government pay it for you. You pay it back because you wanted something, and that helped you get where you needed to be. Now, because you didn't make the right decision, what area you want to go to, that puts you at a challenging moment. That's the choice you make. Parents, brothers, sisters, cousins, let your children and talk to them about STEM, science, technology, engineer, and math. Those are fields they want to go, no matter if they're a boy or girl. Promote that. Much as you say you want to help people, but you can't make no money doing the social work, sociology. It's not a whole lot of money out there in that area unless you open up your own business. You have to get in this in the science, the technology, the engineering, the math. You may be beyond your time, but your children have a chance. Your grandchildren have a chance. Make sure you look forward for them to be successful. Put them in a position so they can manage their debt. So if they take out a student loan, attend college, finish college, they pay the loan back. Auto loan, they pay the loan back. Because everybody wants a new car. Then when you're dealing with a mortgage, you gotta be ready to buy a house. So all of these things, manage your debt so your debt to income ratio is not where it overshadow what you have money coming. So your debt could be so high that you're upside down. That's what they call upside down. You got more money out there than you have coming in. You might also use a credit card, even personal loans. Many of the things that have occurred for people to survive is they have maxed their credit cards out just to go buy groceries because things was challenging for the last 3 years. People taking out personal loans. Every time I receive them, excuse me, every time I receive something on my email, it's talking about okay, you can put yourself in a position to borrow 40,000, 50,000, $100,000. And you got to remember that 100,000, that 40,000, that 50,000 got to be paid back. It looks good, but can you manage it? Can you manage it? Because if you can't manage it, debt can be destructive to your finance. If you fall too deeply in debt, whatever the reason may be, getting out can be a challenging. As you see a commercial, that's a commercial that airs about talking about paying the minimum payment, and it will you'll pay that off. It may be $500. You pay the minimum pay. It might take you 3 years to pay that off. That's how some people, but they have no choice because they're so overextended trying to survive. It ain't no how to come and go get a better job. There's no better jobs out there. You have to learn how to manage. You have to have good financial behavior. You got to create habits so you can be literate instead of illiterate. You have goals that you want to reach, but you can't reach them if you cannot deal with your debt income ratio. might want to improve on your debt management. This is dealing with your debt income ratio. Learn the difference between good and bad debt. See, a lot of people don't understand that there's a difference. I always tell people on their credit report and talk with them personally, and they always come and ask me about why the score keep dropping. I simply ask them, first thing I ask them, what have you applied for in the last month? Oh, I went to 5 car dealerships trying to get a car. That's a hard inquiry. It hits your credit major. Any big purchase when you just fill out the application and they pull your credit report, it's going to cost you, and your credit score is going to drop tremendously. Know what good and bad debt is. That's bad debt. If you apply the first time, wait for a response before you go for 4 other car dealerships and apply. I don't care if they second chance, third, fourth, fifth. They still gonna pull. They're gonna inquire, and it's gonna hurt your credit score. So know the difference between good and bad debt. Understand the impact of how you manage debt on your credit score. Again, you have 4 or 5 hard inquiry, credit score is gonna drop tremendously. If you're late 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, it's going to affect your credit score. How you handle your monthly payments, it's important. Understand, and this one gets a lot of people, because I know personally got one of my family members. Understand what a grace period is. The car note, house note is due on the 16th. Some company will give you a grace period. If you talk with them and explain that I'm only getting paid once a month, the last working day of the month, I get a check. They will give you a grace period, but it's not automatically. You have to communicate with these creditors to let them know that you need a grace period. You need some time. Then how you pay off your credit cards each month, lest you avoid paying interest, because you pay interest every month. So that's why you need to read that AR, APR. You need to read the interest rate, understand all that, and they get all the fine print that they send to you when they send you that credit card. You need to take time to read it. And if you don't understand, find somebody who can explain it to you. But don't accept that credit card if you think you cannot or you're not willing to pay the interest rate they have down there. Because when you're late, you're going to pay that 29%, that 27%, that 32%. It was a little too high. It's illegal to go up there, but depending on what you borrow the money for, payday loans, title loans. If you carry a balance, learn how to get out of debt faster. You may say, okay, I'm gonna choose to pay this one off, and I'm just gonna pay what I need to pay over here, a little bit over minimum, maybe $10, $20 over minimum, $100 over whatever it is. Then I want to pay, I'm gonna double up on this because I want to pay this. Because once you start moving, but do not, let me say this, do not close credit cards out. Do not close credit cards out. Leave a $5, $10 on. Because the minute you close out, it's gonna hit your credit score. Because that means you're taking away a resource that was helping you. So do not close that credit card out. Just pay it down to be the $10 or $15. Leave it open. Now your credit score can grow because they'll look and say, "Oh, look at that debt income ratio right there." It helps all of it because they put all of them together. So just remember that. That's so important. And building credit, so you got to understand it's important to be financial literate in regards to building credit, because by being literate, you can help grow and protect your credit score by learning what impacts your credit. Ask the question. Call the 3 reporting agency And say, I want to talk to one of your counselors so they can tell you what impact your credit score, what can help your credit score grow, what are the best borrowing choices. You don't have to go to these agencies where people charging money. Just call them and talk with them because they have people on there, but we don't have time. We don't want to talk about it. But you'll find out about it when they start hitting you hard and they pulling cars and evicting people from homes and doing stuff because you didn't want to communicate. Communication is the key. If you're gonna build your credit, communicate with your the creditors. Try not to just borrow money just to borrow money. Make good choices. Make borrowing choices that contribute to a high score. Avoid choices that can be damaging or can do damage to you. People with more developed financial literacy skills or behavior are less likely to report making the following potential negative moves, according to the National Financial Capability Study that was done. They did a survey first. Make only minimum credit payment. This add to potential negative credit moves. Incurring late fees and over limit fees. Negative. Using cash advance. That's the one to get people because every credit card say, well, you got this much on that. You got about 200, you got 1,000, you got 3,000, but don't do it. Don't do it. Let it stay there because credit advance comes with high interest. That's your highest interest right there. Using risky and high interest borrowing options such as payday loans, title loans. See, with a good and excellent score, a credit score, so you may be able to qualify for a low interest rate loan and a credit card. A credit card with attractive and money saving perks and other financial products. See, this gives you a chance to choose the best deal when seeking a new credit product because you have made good decisions. And to increase your credit skills, learn what a credit score is and what impacts your credit. Do you know what a credit score is? Understand what causes decreases in your credit score. Just share it with your heart inquiries. And if you got a lot of heart inquiries and a few, both of them work hand in hand against you. Sign up to monitor your credit report for free through Experian. You can get a free credit report. This gives you insight in what is currently impacting your score and also allow you to understand how to improve it. And if you want to build that credit up, these are some steps and they're going to be quickly. I want to share with you. If you want to build your credit up, some steps you can take to build up your credit include paying bills on time, minimizing unnecessary debt, maintaining diverse mix of credit, monitoring your credit report over time. See, building a good credit score can take time, might take years. Vice versa. Having a poor credit score take minutes. Poor decision. See, when you building that credit score and want to have a good credit score, the benefits of doing it are numerous. See, because if you understand how your credit score is, and if it's a good credit score, it gives you the understanding that you don't expect to apply for credit anytime soon. And it's important to start working on that today, on building a good credit score. Ultimately, the steps you take to build credit should be based on your unique circumstances and credit profile. Find those guidelines that can help you build and maintain a good credit score. This allows you to provide your family financial literacy, provide you with to be a strategic financial planner or a leader, gives your family security, gives you security. So if you understand financial literacy and family security, you have to always keep in mind, once you create a safety net in case something happens to you, that gives your family financial security. That's why you have to establish and allow even your family establish a savings account, emergency fund to avoid financial instability. You must clearly understand insurance, investments, requirement plans. Family that do this ensure the long-term security. Understanding finance is crucial for every household, as it serves as the foundation for family security and stability. There's a few key reasons why you want to understand financial literacy so your household can be successful, your family can be secure. Understanding financial literacy, building a strong foundation for family security, budgeting, debt management, savings and investment are pillars of financial literacy, which allows you to safeguard your family future. Instilling financial literacy to your in children early, set them set them up for lifelong success, like milestones that they're going to incur: college, marriage, buying a home, and investment. It requires you, if you want your children to reach those milestones, an opportunity to plan, be able to recognize and avoid scams, identity theft, and fraudulent investment. That's the secret to securing your family financial future. Making sure that your family, your household deserve the stable and confidence of financial literacy provides, from budgeting to investment. These skills form the backbone of your family security. See, when families are financial literate, they are better prepared to weather challenges, achieve goals, build lasting wealth. We're always talking about generational wealth. See, generational wealth don't only work when you have someone to pass your generational wealth. I get it a lot of time on content. Oh, I'm working to make this bag so I can get six figures, so I can have generational wealth. And if you don't have any children, you won't have generational wealth. That's how generation wealth. The next seed should experience some positive things. The next seed should be able to experience your hard work. So let's focus on, because families are important, especially to our culture. Can't do it by yourself. You can try. There's a lot of try. A lot have succeeded, a lot have failed. Make sure you work hard, that you prioritize those important things to make your family better, like making sure financial education is in place in your family, preparing your sons and your daughters from birth up until they leave your home to be financial literate so they can make good decisions about their security, about their future. That was awesome coming before. Let me give a shout out to quite a few people that's joining us. We got Miss Bush EDS joining us, member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. You also have Mikhail that's joining us, Queen of Hearts. Thank you so much. Momo, thank you so much. Kimmy, thank you for joining us. Uh, Mariana, thank you so much. Let me see who else is on here. We have a individual that in an Asian form. Tony, Keisha, thank you, Keisha, for taking time. Tony, thank you so much. Uh, Faraza, thank you so much. Adam, thank you so much for joining. EB Hall, thank you so much. Hi, my hi, thank you so much. Also join us, Lady Pam, thank you. Jesse James, thank you so much, my brother. Stanley Wilson, thank you. William, thank you so much. We're going to say hi. We all said Zeta Lady. A member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you, Sarah, so much. And that's Betty Boo 696. Thank you, Sarah. That's Pre-Me. I'm sorry. This is Pre-Med a Goat. Thank you so much. We have Amija. That. Thank you so much. New Vision. Joe Luther. Iva 1031, Lisa Oliver, Gary Vaughn, Miss Cook, number 3, Motivational Queen. Thank you so much. Pete Faze Princey, thank you so much. Samite, thank you so much. We want to say hi to Janai. Thank you so much. Tyrone Dennis, thank you so much. Say hi to You Felt. Thank you so much. Army Vet 2001. Thank you for your service. Also, we have Isela Cole. Thank you so much. William, thank you. Dafaya, thank you. Abby, thank you. We have Sunshine State. Thank you so much. Madane, thank you so much. David White. User Mary.Holmes.Brass. Thank you. Christy. Kristen Long, thank you so much. Kristen Long 07. We have his addressa. Thank you so much for joining. June Zeta, number 6, a member of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. Thank you, my sister. Runny Boot, thank you. El Lobo, thank you. Sayo Durrell, thank you so much. Mary Holmes, say hi to that's Nastiful. Nice, nice is nicer food. Thank you so much. User Glenn, thank you. Daddy.Roy 55, thank you, Dad. Alberta James, thank you. User Chuckster, thank you. User Steam Room 6, thank you so much. Kimmy, thank you so much. Adressa, thank you so much. Sherelle, thank you. David High, Liz, Marion, Carlos, Victoria. Some of these are being Spencer, thank you so much. Sheila Jackson, I called her earlier, thank you. Bo Hype, thank you. Bo Haiba Victoria, thank you. K Lai Langston, Kayla Langston, thank you so much. Ken Nope, thank you so much. Zena, thank you so much. This is Siyabu, thank you. User um, Marbi, this is Maria Bell, thank you so much. Tammy, thank you. Gwendolyn, Kim, Dorothy, Halima, thank you so much. Loma, thank you. Pa, Chris, thank you so much. We also have, let me say hi. Let me see who else we got here. So much. Linda, thank you. Robert, thank you so much. Randy, Karen, Florence, Jesse James, thank you so much, Jesse. Shelly, thank you so much for jumping in, Shelly. Lady Pam, 35. Thank you, Lady Pam. Thank you so much. Just Doug. Thank you, Jazzy. Darrell White. Thank you, Antonio Flemings. Thank you so much for taking time. Uh, Jesse J, thank you. So he just gave us the number one badge. Thank you so much, Jesse. So much for supporting Apostle John. Thank you so much. He got the number one badge. You got to get him. You got to match it, Jesse James. Now, come on. Don't sit back. You can get a badge, buy a badge, purchase a star. You can do the Davis. Thank you. Roe, thank you so much. Belt, thank you so much. Naya, thank you so much. Patricia, thank you. That's all those ones giving us a shout out. Thank you so much. There's some other ones that are coming in slowly. Thank you so much for having time to be here with us today. It is a blessing. It's hopefully we share something that's going to help. We went over the time of 1 hour and 11 minutes. 11 minutes. We're going to try to make sure we keep it in an hour. But I want to thank you for taking time to be here. And hopefully we share something that truly can help you and be a major part of your success as a strategic financial leader, because that's what you're becking and pushing for. Just want you to be safe. Take care of yourself. On tomorrow, we got a show coming in at 5 and I'm sorry, 6 o'clock tomorrow, which is the Dr. Lowe Show, the Real Relationship Talk Show. And we're going to be talking about relationships again. So we have an awesome show planned tomorrow. Check us out at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be blessed, be safe. And as we get ready to close out, we're going to play some music and hopefully it can lead us out of here with no problem because God is so good. He's been a blessing to all of us. We might think it's over. It's never over. You have to trust and believe in Him. If you wake up in the morning, you've been blessed. Start you on your journey. Go do the things that He has set aside for you. I want to let each and every one of you all know I love you all from my heart. Hashtag responsible. Hashtag keep on grinding. Hashtag make it do what it do. Hashtag communicate for understanding. We got this. Be safe. Be blessed. And I want to tell you, I love you all. It ain't a thing you can do about it.